So, as I was recording my podcast episodes today, I realized that a lot of the things that I'm talking about in my podcast were things that it took me a very long time to accept and understand myself. And one thing that I realized is that I used certain vices to help numb myself and what I was going through at the time. Vices like drinking, which conveniently landed me in the hospital twice in 24 hours. Vices like smoking. And I understand that it is something that we grow up around, and so we are pre-exposed to those things. Did you know that tobacco manufacturers spend about $8.6 billion on advertising and smoking cigarettes and smokeless tobacco products? Did you know that e-cigarette advertising and promotion expenses totaled $859.4 million? That in itself is disturbing. The fact that they push so much money into advertising and marketing something that is slowly but surely killing us is crazy. Where I live, there is a corner store on every block or every 2 blocks, right? And we're talking about corner stores, not gas stations, not like just corner stores. And when I was doing Uber, I went into another part of town about 20 or 30 minutes away. I didn't see not one corner store. I didn't see but one liquor store, okay? In the middle of the city, there is a corner store and a liquor store on every other block. But in this particular town, and we all know which towns those are, there's one liquor store. There is one corner store in a 3 to 4 mile radius. So that lets you know that the marketing and advertising is pushed to a certain demographic. I sat down and thought about how much money I had been spending on these vices, right? And I realized that with that same amount of money, I could have flown somewhere and had a trip, right? So let's do the math. I smoked 1 to 2 packs of cigarettes, Newport 100s at $13 a pack. So that's 2 packs a day, $26 a day, right? $26, we're going to bust out the calculator because ain't nobody finna do no math right now. $26 a day times 7 days a week, okay? That's $182 a week. So 182 times 4 is $728 a month that I was spending on cigarettes alone, okay? Of course, I also smoked other things, and so we'll say that was about, I want to say about $50 a day, right? So $50 a day times 7 days is $350. 350 times 4 That is $1,400 a month. Okay? So that is actually $2,128 that I was spending a month in these vices that were in all actuality drowning me in the depression and anxiety that I was already feeling. And so I want to ask you, what could you do with an extra $2,100 in your pocket every month? Would you go and visit family? Would you go on a trip somewhere that you've never been? Would you sign up for a class? Would you, what could you do with $2,100 every month in your pocket? Because when I realized that, I was like, oh no. It took me less than 90 days to quit smoking. Both. First, it was cigarettes mainly. And then I gently weaned myself off of the other stuff because, I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 16 years old. So, yes, it's been a big part of my coping mechanism. But when you do the healing, it changes things. For those who don't know, I was hit by a car as a pedestrian in 2018. Bless you, buddy. My son just sneezed. And it changed my life. I had to do physical healing, but I also had to do emotional and mental healing. And of course, the smoking did not ease up at that time. It actually doubled. So I was almost up to 3 packs a day. And did I quit right then? No, of course I didn't, because it takes time. It takes commitment. You have to make the decision that you want to stop. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. Knowing that I am in a better health space now than I was then, I am so grateful for that accident, because it woke me up to a lot of things that I didn't see. And that's a topic for another day. But to go back to the original topic, sometimes our vices are not saving us from what we are experiencing. It is actually drowning us in the depression, in the anxiety, in the feelings that we don't actually want to feel, but we actually do feel even more because we are numbing. We are using these things to numb ourselves and our lives. So yeah, that's my little rant for the day. I'm excited for you guys to see and or hear the podcast. It will be here on YouTube and on Spotify to start with. And I would love to know what you guys think of it when I do finally drop it. And I hope to see you next time. So have a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, night, whenever you're seeing this. And take care of yourself. Bye.